These are the types of chemical reactions. One is chemical combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement reaction, and redox reaction. In this video, let's go through all these reactions with suitable examples. Chemical combination reactions. Here, two or more substances combine to form. Means the reactants are two or more combine to form one substance. Means the product is only one. This type of chemical reaction is called chemical combination. Now I am going to give you few examples. When hydrogen and oxygen combine, means these are reactants, we get H2O. If you balance this equation, you will get 2H2 plus O2 gives us 2H2O. And one more example is Mg plus O2 gives MgO. If you balance it, it will be 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Here also the reactants are 2 and the product is only 1. This sodium plus chlorine combine to give sodium chloride. Here the reactants are sodium and chlorine, which are 2, and the product is sodium chloride, which is 1. If you balance it, it will be 2Na plus Cl2 gives us 2NaCl. Decomposition reaction. Here one compound breaks into two or more substances. Means if the reactant is 1 and the product will be 2 or more. Let us consider AB is the reactant. If it is decomposition reactions, AB will become A plus B. So their reactant is 1 but the products are 2. This type of reaction is called decomposition reaction. For example, if you take H2O, when it is decomposed, it will be decomposed to hydrogen and oxygen. The process for the decomposition is electrolysis. If you electrolyze water, it is decomposed to hydrogen and water. In similar way, CaCO3, calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it is decomposed to CaO plus CO2, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Here also their reactant is 1 and the products are 2. Chemical displacement reaction. In these reactions, more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. This is the general formula for that. A plus BC, these are the reactants, and AC plus B is the product. A plus BC, here A is more active compared to B. So A combine with C forming AC and B is displaced in this reaction. This type of reaction is called chemical displacement reaction. Here this is the activity series. I will explain you taking an example. When zinc reacts with HCl, the products are zinc chloride plus hydrogen. As hydrogen is a gas, it should be represented like this. This is the balanced equation. Here in the activity series, zinc is here and hydrogen is here. The top one is more active and the activity will be decreased from top to bottom. So zinc is above the hydrogen in this activity series. This zinc displaces hydrogen and becomes zinc chloride, and hydrogen is displaced from HCl. Let's have one more. Iron plus copper sulfate gives iron sulfate plus copper. Here iron is here and copper is here. So copper is less active compared to iron. That's why copper is displaced from here, and here FeSO4 forms and copper will be displaced from copper sulfate. If you have one more equation like this, copper plus iron sulfate, what is the reaction here? So here there will not be any reaction because copper is not able to displace ferrum, that is iron, as copper is less reactive compared to iron. That is why no reaction takes place here. In double displacement reaction, the two compounds react with each other. Here the two compounds are AB and CD. These react with each other and exchange their ions. For example, if AB is A plus B minus, this reacts with C plus and D minus, and the ions are exchanged. Means A combines with D becomes AD, plus B is minus and C is plus, so it will become BC. This type of reaction is called double displacement reaction. For example, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride combine to give silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. This can be explained as AgNO3 is Ag plus and NO3 minus, plus Na is plus and Cl is minus. So double displacement reaction. So AgCl plus these two combined. So it is NaNO3. Similarly, one more example, HCl plus NaOH gives to NaCl plus H2O. Here H plus Cl minus plus Na plus OH minus, the ions are exchanged, so it will become NaCl plus H2O. This reaction is also called neutralization reaction, because when acid reacts with a base, here hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide is base, the products are a salt, that is NaCl and water. This type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. This neutralization reaction is also example for double displacement reactions. Redox reaction. In this reaction, when two substances are undergoing the chemical reaction, one substance is oxidized and other is reduced. What is oxidation and what is reduction? The simple definitions for oxidation is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is also called oxidation. Addition of a non-metal is also called oxidation, and loss of electron is also called oxidation. If any of these four is happened, we can say that substance is oxidized. If reduction is takes place, then the in this one may be the reason: addition of hydrogen, removal of oxygen, addition of a metal, and gain of electron. Then the substance is reduced. This is example 1, copper oxide plus hydrogen. When these two are reactants, then the products will be copper plus water. If you observe carefully, this is a simple displacement reaction where hydrogen displaces copper and becomes water, and copper is left alone. Here in the reactants, copper oxide is reduced to copper, means oxygen is removed. So copper oxide is reduced, and hydrogen, it is one of the reactant, and the product is H2O, and oxygen is added here. So that hydrogen is oxidized. The copper oxide is reduced to copper because of hydrogen. If hydrogen is not here in the reaction, then copper oxide will not be reduced. Hydrogen is the responsible for the reduction of copper. That's why hydrogen is called is reducing agent. And in similar way, hydrogen is oxidized because of copper oxide. That's why copper oxide is called oxidizing agent. Let's take one more example. Copper plus oxygen gives copper oxide. Here copper is oxidized and oxygen is reduced. Addition of metal is also called reduction. Here the oxygen is added to copper here as metal is added. If metal is added, then it is also called reduction. Example 3, which is hydrogen sulfide plus chlorine gives HCl plus S. Here H2S oxidized was lost hydrogen and only sulfur remains, and chlorine is reduced. Why? Because in products to chlorine hydrogen is added and become HCl. Hydrogen is added.